Some of the most popular coins we've had on the show recently are the ancient certified pieces from Rome. And while those are incredible, it's not every day we get something like this. A coin that is considered the most famous coin in the most famous book of all time, the Bible. I'm of course talking about the iconic widow's mite. A coin that has appeared several times in the Bible, most notably in the books of Mark and Luke, with the book of Luke being the one that I still remember from Bible school myself. And it's a reference back to one of the most iconic statements in the Bible. In the book of Luke, chapter 21, verses 1 through 4, he says, "And he looked up and saw the rich putting their gifts into the treasury. And he also saw certain poor widows putting in 2 mites. So he said to the crowd, 'Truly I say to you, this poor widow has put in more than all. For out of all these gifts offered to abundance to God, she out of her poverty put in all the livelihood that she had.'" Now I may have gotten the exact wording a little incorrect there. It's been rewritten several times over the years. But the parable of the story is clear. Her giving what little she had meant more in Jesus' eyes than the rich giving of their abundance. And that was because it wasn't how much you gave, but how hard you tried to give. These widow's mites have been certified by NGC to not only be the real McCoy, but they're also in premium grade, which is very hard to find today because you have to remember, these coins were typically leptons or prutas, which were the smallest denomination of their time. The only coin we even have for a frame of reference would be the old half cents or the pieces of 8 from before the United States Mint even existed. These coins are certified in premium condition to be the real deal. It's item number 905-8809. That's 905-8809. And at just $99.95. Not only are we $50 less than similar condition coins in ungraded condition, we are more than $100 less than our competition's price for a certified piece of biblical history like our widow's mites here. You can give us a call tonight at 1-866-518-5933. Or you can head on over to our website, which is abccoins.com. Then once you're there, click on the search bar that you can see on the right-hand side. Then for your very own piece of NGC certified biblical history in premium condition, just type in 905-8809. That's 905-8809. You are just 7 numbers away and 1 button press from getting yourself a piece of biblical history that is sure to become one of the most treasured pieces in your collection. I know my widow's mite doesn't even stay with my actual collection. It has a separate little safe all by itself because while I love my coins, this piece is just something different. It is certified to be from anywhere from 135 BC to 29 AD. And that's because the majority of these coins were struck during the reign of King Alexander Jannaeus, who, while he was king before the time of Christ, his coins were still being struck throughout that period, which meant very likely these were the actual tiny coins that she put in when they tried to have a charity drive to help those in need, despite herself likely going to be one of those being helped by the charity drive. Now the lepton, which was worth half of a pruta, were the tiniest coins of their time, smaller than the tip of a fingertip, how it's often referred to in books, and it's so few that 2 leptons were worth 1 quadrant, which was the least valuable Roman coin in circulation at the time. So like I said, our closest comparison is the half-cent coin because you needed 2 of them just to make a penny. The Greek silver drachma The silver dollar of its day, the workhorse of many major economies, was worth 336 of the leptas or 168 of the prutas. That's how little value these coins had, but how big of an impact that meant in this story. And it was because God did not care how much you gave, but how much you tried to give. She, in her poverty, gave all that she had so that others may gain some semblance of grace. So despite the rich giving much more than her, she was who he said had given the most and therefore was being the most pious or what have you. These are living, breathing pieces of biblical history. And one fun little fact, the term widow's mite actually is not a Hebrew word. Mite actually refers to a Dutch word, which is a small cut piece. And it was in heavy use during the 14th century. So it made sense for when they did the translations of the Bible in the 17th century to the King James translation that they would use the term mite and not the lepton or the pruta, because it made significantly more sense to many Europeans who had no knowledge of Middle Eastern coinage. This is, without a doubt, the most famous coin in the Bible. An NGC certified premium grade, something you do not see that often, which is why our competition wants $205 for a similar premium grade widow's mite. We saw other competitors with ungraded coins in this condition asking for anywhere from $140 to $170 each. Our coins are way less, at least $70 less, and certified to be the real deal. A coin that is sure to be a treasured family heirloom for years to come. Get yours now before they once again are lost to history.